This video is brought to you by the 3 Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Star Wars Rivals in about 3 minutes. Review copy used. It has no solo mode, it's a game for 2 players, playing time is short, and it's a pretty simple game. Grab your squad of 3 heroes or villains from the Star Wars universe, and battle your friends in this fast-paced area control game with tiny bobblehead thingies. The game ends the round after the location deck runs out. The winner is the player with the most mission points, and you get them from winning locations. Variable player powers. Each player has 3 different characters, each with unique abilities. Area control. A contested location is won by the player with the most influence there. Player turn. In Star Wars Rivals, one player will play the light side, while the other plays the dark side. You must select 3 characters, which can include trooper tokens and named characters. Then grab the character cards for each character and shuffle them together to form a deck of cards. Between the 2 players, place the 12 locations. Flip the 3 face-up and leave the other 9 in a deck. Then mark the face-up locations with the 1, 2, and 3 markers. Set up the players like so, and then each player draws 3 cards to hand. One player is given the higher ground marker, and they are the first player for the first turn. Starting with that player, and alternating back and forth, each player places 1 character on one of the 3 face-up locations. The troopers are represented by their token. You can always place on locations where characters already are. Theoretically, you could place all 3 of your characters on the same location. Once all characters are placed, roll this die. If you get this result, the highest gold value location is going to be scored this round. Otherwise, you score all locations shown on the die roll. But before scoring, each player selects 1 card in secret. Then starting with a player with a high ground marker, you flip and resolve each card one at a time. As all locations are scoring this round, and the Rebel Trooper is also at the last homestead, Luke moves to a new location. Ventress's card puts -1 markers on each enemy at her location. Now that both cards are resolved, score each location. The light and dark side each get 1 location because they were uncontested. But for the other location, we compare power values. Ventress and the Imperial Trooper combine to 5, and normally Luke and Cody would combine to 9, but each has multiple -1 markers, so they combine for a total of 5 as well. In the case of a tie, the player with the high ground wins. Now, this location has special rules, which ignore the -1s anyway, and you do need to be mindful of these bonuses. At the end of the round, replace all scored locations with new ones, and flip the high ground marker to its other side. To remove -1 markers, your character must spend a whole round off the board in the bacta tanks. Once the location deck runs out, all remaining locations are up for scoring in a final round. Why would you like this game? Star Wars Rivals is a quick-paced dueling game with low rules overhead. It sets up and packs away quickly and makes for a good break time or filler game. It's also very portable, as you can fit 3 characters and the pieces required into one of the expansion boxes. And the collectible nature of the game will appeal to some, with each of these expansion boxes holding a random character along with the parts needed to play with them. That said, I think this game is best suited for Star Wars superfans who also like Funko Pops. The best thing about this game is you really only need 1 small pack to play. However, there's not much game here really, and while I think kids and teens might have a damn good time with it for a while, I can't see it holding anyone's attention for too long. And the collectible nature of the game will be anathema to many out there. I personally can't stand collectible games. Oh, and the cards are possibly the thinnest card stock I've ever seen in a game. The Star Wars deck building game does something similar to Rivals, but in a much better way, and Dice Throne is a more robust portable dueling game. Star Wars Rivals, available in a landfill near you soon. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.